should you get Red Faction Armageddon.
The promise that led us across the void was freedom.
You know, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil the entire game's storyline. I hope you're okay with that. Don't worry, you're not missing much. We're on Mars! Backstory. Get in there and blow the bleep out of those guys. Tutorial. Pew pew pew! Oh no, the terraformer is destroyed! We must retreat to the underground. Life goes on. Yeah, I'm still here. Did I mention I'm the protagonist? I'm an important part of the storyline and a well-fleshed-out character in my own right. Does anyone have a refrigerator? I feel secure in the knowledge that the noble pickup truck will persist into the distant future. Doo-de-doo, mining on Mars. Ancient Martian pinball. That's totally not that thing from Dead Space. Those guys were cultists! You can tell he's the bad guy because he has tattoos. Aliens! They tricked me. Pew pew pew! Make way for the underground future Martian ambulance. Really big guns! Shooting aliens! Let's form a mob and take out our fear and suspicion upon the unwitting protagonist. I fear what I don't understand. Let's get 'em. World's most quickly resolved plotline. More cool mechs. Tattoos. We should go kill all the other aliens now. Refrigerator! We had such chemistry. Vendetta. Gaping plot holes. Humanity triumphs. Life goes on. Well, something like that. The story characterizes the rest of the game. It's just really standard. A swarm of aliens are attacking the colonists. Cultists want to destroy their way of life. 3 characters who are never explored in much detail do an okay job of killing aliens and saving Mars. We've heard this before. And that's okay in itself. It's never awful, it's just never very special either. The main character, Darius Mason, is the descendant of the protagonists of the previous games, which is interesting. But though people reference that fact constantly, it never really has much impact on the story. The setting of Red Faction and its backstory is actually pretty interesting, but never explored in compelling detail. The environments look nice, but are generally kind of bland. Every building looks alike, and so does every cave. And the enemies. Look at this enemy. Okay, can you remember what it looked like? That's okay, because I played this game all the way through, and I still have only a vague idea of what they looked like. They're so forgettable. Now, think of Dead Space. Maybe you can't remember exactly the way they look, but you remember the necromorphs. They felt like a real and palpable threat. The aliens in Armageddon never feel like a credible threat, either in the game or in the story, and that is one of the game's primary flaws, something that unravels the whole game. There's a human villain, but I was never sure what he wanted. Revenge, I think. He wasn't a very good or memorable villain. The shooting, again, is really standard. You shoot bug-like aliens, as you have so many times before. It does an okay job, it's kind of fun, but nothing incredible. What is a real blast is the destruction mechanic. Almost every building or structure you find can be torn apart with a variety of interesting weapons, and it's a lot of fun. This is something I'd love to see other games implement in some way, this ability to dynamically reshape such a large portion of the game environment. It's very satisfying to take the magnet gun and sweep groups of enemies across the battlefield, tossing them every which way before they can ever respond. It's wonderful to fire on a building in the distance and watch it tumble down. But in the end, that's Armageddon's only major draw. I don't want to give you the wrong impression. It is a good game, and it is fun, and there's a lot it does well. It's just that, as a whole, it comes across as mediocre in comparison to some of your other options. It's worth your time if you're looking for a good third-person shooter to play, but chances are you'll only want to play it once. You won't remember the character's story or the places you visit, but you'll have fun piloting mechs and dismantling buildings along the way. And hey, those are the kinds of things that make games great.